Mr. Bones is very strong. Mr. Bones is never wrong. Mr. Bones, he has no nose. Mr. Bones, he has no clothes. Mr. Bones, he has no nose. Mr. Bones, he has no clothes. Mr. Bones, he has no hair. Mr. Bones, he doesn't care. Mr. Bones is made of bones. That is why he's Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones, he's made of bones. That is why he's Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is very strong. Mr. Bones is never wrong. Mr. Bones, he has no nose. Mr. Bones, he has no clothes. Mr. Bones, he has no hair. Mr. Bones, he doesn't care. Mr. Bones is made of bones. That is why he's Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is very strong. Mr. Bones is never wrong. Got the flags on the top, we are already packed. The family's decked out in garnet and black. Got meat on the menu, I smoke it real slow. Been on it since Thursday, now it's ready to go. These are the days we are blessed with, just a few times a year. So forever to thee, Carolina is here. From the swamps in the PD to up where the mountains yawn, celebrating these game days because they don't last that long. Yeah, soon they'll be gone. The gathering started, a drinking a meal. The sons and the daddies are tossing the pill. These are the days we are blessed with, just a few times a year. So forever to thee, Carolina is here. From the swamps in the PD up where the mountains yawn, celebrating these game days because they don't last that long. Yeah, soon they'll be gone. It's Mad Dog and JC, you already know. So come on, let's go. It's the Carolina Football Tailgate Show. Tailgate Show.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Inside the Gamecocks, the Tailgate Show. JC, Mad Dog in with you here, getting ready for Kentucky. Big day of football ahead today, JC. Gonna have plenty of things to keep us busy until yet again another late night kick. I'm getting tired of the nighttime kicks, man.
It's so strange, man. Like last year, Carolina had one SEC home night game, and the vast majority of their games kicked off at noon.
Right.
It just worked that way. I mean, people were happy that Missouri was at 4 o'clock
Mhm.
and not at noon. It's one of those things for the folks that go to the games, they like night kickoffs. It depends on how old you are. Like,
Yeah.
some of your younger folks like night kickoffs, but I remember when I was in college, I would be happy if I got off work at 10:30 so I could be at the bar by 11.
Mhm.
11 at night, dude.
Yeah.
I'm in the bed by then, clearly, unless there's something horribly wrong. Like I was griping last night because my stepson's ball game, they don't care about anybody's schedule around here, and they had a freshman or JV game before that game. They didn't tell anybody. It was at another school, so it wasn't on his school. And we got there, and that bad boys, it's like 56-35 ball game, and they're throwing it all over the place. And there's one, our team was down by 21 and they kept throwing. And I was like, these people literally, it's bad. His school starts games at 6:15. So for parents that work in downtown Chicago, I mean, it's a mess sometimes you're not home. But nobody gives a flip about anybody's time. He's at practice right now. So we were there and I was like complaining to my wife because I tend to complain at these games and I shouldn't, but I do. I'll admit that. And I was like complaining, we're not going to get home till 11 o'clock.
It's going to be so late.
So a lot of times, like for folks like in the Gen X crowd, a good 3:30, 4 o'clock kickoff, because then you have ample time to tailgate and stuff. You don't have to rush to the stadium. You don't have to deal with leftover breakfast casserole. Somebody brings a breakfast casserole and it like sits in the car, or if it's a hot day, that's not good. But inevitably they will for new kickoffs. So you don't have to deal with that potentially awkward breakfast casserole because your buddy's wife made it and it just stinks to high heavens.
Gosh, yeah, right.
She put red onions or something in it, and it's like, oh God, the secret ingredients are red onions. Oh Jesus!
Oh, bro.
It smells like my bathroom after I've been to the Beacon and eaten at a Plenty.
Right.
So it's horrid, but you got 3:30, 4 o'clock, you got time, and then game's over by 7. You're home late, but you're not home super late. So that's the whole thing about that. But anyway, big game tonight. We've called it a must win all week, Phil.
Yep.
John Whittle called it a must win. He never says that. Jamie Bradford called it a must win. He never says that. It is a must win.
Mm-hmm.
The Gamecocks have to go out there and play well. I don't think Kentucky's this big. I'll just say I don't think it's their best team that they've had.
Right.
But they do have some things that can be problematic for the Gamecocks if they don't clean it up. I mean, blocking and tackling, I wrote it today on thebigspur.com. It is very important in football. Coaches sometimes use that as a cliche because they don't want to answer for the 15th time what the keys to the game are.
Right.
So let's go blocking and tackling, but it's true tonight. I mean, if you don't block and you don't tackle, they can beat you. If you block and you tackle well, barring like a collapse in certain areas, and then there's probably more problems than we want to admit, you probably win the game. So that's the deal. And I think they can win it throwing the ball and being a little pass happy tonight because of Kentucky's secondary. As long as you can block, it's not going to be that way in 2 weeks against LSU because LSU secondary is elite.
Yeah, but
they're very, very, very good. Thanks to Virginia Tech,
right,
sending them some players. All right, so Nana Sports chat box is wide open on Inside the Gamecocks, the show. We like to get to those and read everybody name and town, or you got your name up there, but town, where are you listening from today across this great, big, beautiful world of ours? And would love to hear from you. Obviously, we love our fans, love Gamecock fans, Gamecock Nation. It's a troll-free environment, so you're going to get expelled if you troll. But that's Garnet Lovejoy checks in first. Morning, boys. The season changes tonight. Staying positive. That's good. I'm glad. I promise. Okay, so South Carolina State into Vandy. I got pretty positive as the week went on, and that's pretty positive last week. This week, I haven't been able to feel it. Like normally, I wake up on game days, and all the bad feelings from the week before it's over.
Right.
But and there hasn't even been there's been a normal amount of bitching this week. Right. From
it hasn't been excessive or anything.
From the Big Spur and on social media. Normal, a typical after what's happened the last 2 weeks, it's typical. It hasn't been over the top. Like some of the meltdowns I remember, the Dowell Loggins hired meltdown was bad. And it had a sequel because when Clemson hired Garrett Riley, there was another meltdown about Dowell Loggins.
Right. But
I think if you look at Dowell Loggins, so right now versus Garrett Riley and the other two that have coached offense at South Carolina under Beamer, you'd probably take Dowell out of those four.
Yeah, he had did the most with less,
I
especially
mean, yeah,
taking into consideration what they got up here.
I had some, I thought sometimes he reverted and about his NFL ways and got too conservative at times.
Yeah.
But they were in games Carolina won for the most part, so, but I don't want to sit here and talk about lament that Dowell Loggins is no longer coaching here. I was just mentioning that because it was a massive meltdown. And then, what would you think now? If it was
Right.
that T-Far says he's ready to be heard again. We all are, brother. We all are. Cynical Aries checks in with a wave. Darius checks in with a rooster, a chicken emoji, and the Gamecocks symbol. Matt says, morning, fellas, need a big win tonight. Harrison says, from Chapin, South Carolina, everyone's worries will be erased, even if it's just by a little bit tonight. He says 28-16 Gamecocks. Doc says, is it an eruption of offense, or does the confusion reign and we take our third conference loss? Probably somewhere in between is my super realistic conservative expectation. Like 28-17 was my prediction score. Can I see a scenario where it is an eruption of offense? Yes. Can I see the confusion reign and Kentucky winning? Yes. But highest percentage deal is Carolina gets out of this game with a win. It's not a more question. There's some, there's improvement in areas, but still a lot of work to do during the open week. And I think that's what you want to do. Jeff says, get my oil changed while listening to y'all. I don't have it too loud. Yeah, I don't, because we probably need to clean the language up on the show a little bit. Even our guests now are just not just Steven Garcia. They're just throwing shits and dams out there all the time. T-Far says, if we see somewhat of a running game going into the bio, feel better. Yeah, I'm looking at Matthew Fuller. I mean, maybe I'm talking it up too much because maybe I'm a little desperate, but I like the way he runs. I think that in theory, with a back like him, he gets stronger as the game goes on. He can break tackles. What I would like to see, and what would make me happy and make me more confident is, and this is taking the blocking. I mean, of course, if you don't get blocking, you're done. I mean, you have to find a way to do it. But what I would like to see is Fuller and Faison develop into this 1-2 deal, because they're such different backs. Fuller's more of the breaking tackles, grounding out. He has enough speed. And Faison's more of the slasher. And both are physical players. I mean, one of the biggest things I feel terrible about is last week's Faison block. And I don't think Shane Beamer lit him up too much about it. It was a mistake, because he was, supposed to hit him in a different spot. But if you watch Rasul Faison pass blocking on other plays, the guy's good at it. I mean, he gets after it. He's willing to sacrifice his body. And so I think with those two, if you can find running lanes and plays and stuff, you can kind of get a nice 1-2 combo develop. You kind of feel that just because of their skill set. But I don't know. We'll talk more about that during the open week, definitely, if Fuller goes out and has a good game.
Yeah, I was heartened by the fact that Beamer did mention him. He was like, hey, Matthew Fuller was out there and y'all had a massive thing about him. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He may be trying to throw him off. Throw Kentucky off. I don't know. Harrison says no excuses tonight. That's the bottom line, at least in my opinion. Yeah, no excuses.
No.
I mean, like okay, so there's offensive line starters from last week hurt. Don't care.
Right.
Don't care.
Don't care.
And not that Nolan Hay, not that anything on the offensive line's been on Casey Henry and Nolan Hay. They've played well. But this isn't a talent with the mistakes and types of mistakes they're making. I mean, ask John Strickland, who played the position. It's simple stuff, and they're just not getting it. That has nothing to do with talent. It's time to put people in that do, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, T-Far says, can we get clowns or people too on Spotify? Yes. If you send Phil's name's easier to spell. Send your email address to philmullinax@gmail.com, and I'll send you the MP3.
Yeah, hit me the contact in the app.
Yeah, contact him in the app with your email.
That's the easiest way. That way you don't have to remember how to spell.
Yeah, Mullinax or Sherbert. Jeez. That's why we just go with JC and Mad Dog. Darius says Judge is our most physical DB. It'll be good to have him back tonight. Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to play. My guess is about 10 to 15 snaps.
Yeah,
because
they
got to work him back in. But yes, Darius,
His
that's an understatement. You know, and
Mhm.
that's probably kind of been one of the issues in the secondary when they've had issues. Is it's like, you know, they're kind of missing that guy, the headhunter, and but Vakari's physical enough, and Brandon Cissay's physical enough.
Mhm.
Miles Norwood probably needs to be more physical, but you know, and that's important if you want to run outside. Matt says hopefully Collier and Gabe Brownlow-Dindy play and aren't just available like Tro last week. Yeah, I don't know. James is coming in from North Carolina. Jeff's at Dick Brooks Honda. Chris driving back to the upstate from Augusta, Georgia. That's awesome. Doc is from in Rutherfordton, Western North Carolina. Or most know Ruffton.
Yeah, Ruffton. Mm-hmm.
Darius checking in from good old Piedmont, South Carolina. That's Piedmont. That's near my mom. She's over in the Simpsonville end of Pelzer near Woodmont High School.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They are down there. Yeah.
James says, morning, watching y'all for years. Every day, love you guys. Checking in from Charlotte.
Appreciate it, James.
Chris says, I was excited to upgrade from Dowell Loggins, but I was wrong. Yeah, just briefly on that. When you look at his tenure, you know, think about this. You know, play calling is not always just good play calling. It's not always just we went up and down the field and it's kind of it's what to call and win. And he had some really good ones. The shovel pass. It's shovel.
Like digging.
Shovel pass. Shovel pass was a great play call. The bomb to Mazio Bennett at Alabama was a great play call. The quarterback run against LSU, 75-yard touchdown run was a great play call. You know, he figured out the Josh Simon dump off that we've seen it 3 times to the tight ends this year. It's worked almost every time. But he kept going to the well on that. You know, run game wise, it got a little clunky. And then in 2023, nobody's going to be able to call plays behind that offensive line. So I think he did okay. You know, he certainly to me was a lot better than like a Kurt Roper, you know, or like when Spurrier Jr. used to get the play calling duties, or, you know, Satterfield, definitely, you know. So I'm not going to say they miss him because they shouldn't. You should be able to replace a guy that goes and gets a head coaching job.
Yeah.
J-Rock
especially when you have resources. I mean, it's not like you were lacking there either.
The Queen of the Cocks comes in with something completely different. I'm calling it tonight's the Jawarn Howell legacy game. Hey, look, I like Jawarn Howell too, quite a bit. You
right.
know, I'm president of the Jawarn Howell fan club. He's 222 pounds and runs like I don't know. Roger says, good morning. And Woodruff lost to Wren. Aiden Gibson had a 58-yard touch run on a fake punt, but went out late with what his grandma told me was a hamstring injury. She talked like he'd be okay. Dude, Roger's getting there. Roger's from Woodruff and Spartanburg County, but hitting up the grandma for intel. That's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, you're a much better journalist than some people that work for the Washington Post. Harrison says, if we can win the Russian battle tonight, that'd be a step in the right direction. I'm not expecting that. It'll be bombs away. Yeah, I don't even know if you got to bomb them, Harrison. I think you just got to pass.
Yeah.
Will they win the rushing battle tonight? I would call that unlikely.
I would say that would indicate a blowout type.
That would indicate if Carolina could able to do that. Titan says, I'm just going to enjoy football today. Yeah. That's the weird thing. I'm not even like, God, it's a great slate of games.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know I woke up, I thought I was maybe getting sick. So,
yeah, I was just looking at him dressed in all white on game day or whatever, and I wasn't feeling the joy. Maybe it is because it's a little overcast right now.
I don't know. It's nice here, and but I woke up I don't know. Maybe I'm getting sick. Who knows? A little stuffy in the nose and all that. But I felt like this when I felt fine on Thursday. Just kind of, it's not melancholy or down. It's just like, you know, and it's also hard to enjoy a game when you know it's a must win. Because every little thing you're going to react to. So maybe I'm just
picking it apart. Yeah, picking it apart.
But Doc says, I want to believe JC. My gut and experience tell me to be careful with expectations. I always do. Yeah, always.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not saying Kentucky cannot win. I mean, you cannot let them win, but
Right.
they're certainly capable of coming in here and beating the Gamecocks. I mean, I never thought I'd live to see Vanderbilt beat South Carolina 31-7. We all know the reasons why that happened. Vandy's a good team, and Lenore Sellers went out, but that was ugly, you know. So
Mhm.
never say never. But yeah, it's a good slate. You got Notre Dame, Arkansas. I don't think any defense is going to be played in Fayetteville today. Mike Morgan, Elite Media Network. You can get that on TuneIn, or you can get that on iHeart if you look it up. Our good friend Mike and his national broadcast of the week, it's just like Westwood One. He's at Notre Dame, Arkansas. So if you're still getting your oil changed, Jeff, or doing honeydew list out there, and you want to listen to a game on the radio, pull up iHeart and get Notre Dame, Arkansas. Cam says, Doc, I'm with you somewhat on that. So far, this team hasn't had the ability to carry the momentum over from last year. That is on Beamer more than Shula. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with play on the field.
Mm.
You know, and you got new guys. But I was listening to the Mike Leach not safe for work locker room rant. I used it as a quote on my article on the Big Spur this morning. Odds are it's something simple.
It's something simple.
And he was like, you know, he made a good point. He's like, some of us think just because we went 11-2 last year and we participated in that we're just a little too good to play some of these teams. I don't think anything like that's taking place. I think there's just a lot of cleanup that hasn't been cleaned up. I think I don't know that there's a momentum establishment issue or a motivation issue, more so than there's just like some coaching issues. I mean, just frankly, I mean, I've said it before, coaching is getting your guys to do what they need to do. And then if they can't, finding another method. That's a good coaching. That's what that is. We can talk about scheme all we want. You guys, everybody's kind of rightfully so.
And
They're talking about Des Kitchings and Tony Elliott. Well, their offense is basically the Clemson offense that they've run for years. I mean,
right.
Garrett Riley's modified it obviously and done his own thing, but it's the same offense Clemson won national championships with. Good old college spread.
That's right.
You know, and I'm a big Des Kitchings fan. I mean, he's a guy from South Carolina. I think his tenure at Carolina was a little too short, but he took the opportunity with the Falcons. And, you know, he hasn't been the best play caller during his career at NC State. He got fired. And then at Virginia, they've been just kind of been a mess. But they found something there with their quarterback and kind of they've gotten into a rhythm. And that's just a whole little great old college offense, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the whole game. I was like, there's nothing fancy here, but they're just effectively moving things down the field. And then, you know, timely enough stops there at the end to put them over the top. But
yeah, I was listening to the Virginia radio broadcast, and I think, is it Ahmad Brooks that's on there? I don't know.
It might be actually.
Ahmad Brooks UVA radio is on Sirius. That dude is hilarious. It's like he Ahmad Hawkins. It's Ahmad Hawkins.
Okay.
Ahmad Hawkins. So they're like Ahmad, and it'd be like they'd be sitting there going, Virginia's going down the field, blah 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 blah, and it's a pass is complete, and then you hear cooking chicken with grease. Like, dude, that's awesome.
That's great. That's great.
I enjoyed the heck out of that. The 25 minutes, because we got in the car and it was 38-35. Did Florida State scored a touchdown to tie the game? Yeah, 30,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
35-28. So we're listening to it. And there's a heck of a group chat with Flint, Strickland, Bradford, and I. And I they just kept, and I can't look at it when I'm in my car, and my wife was with me, and I didn't, voice to text doesn't work in the group chat that well. And it's like I got home, there were 31 missed texts from that group text. And I walk in, and that's when Virginia stopped them. But yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes the answer is a little simpler than some coaches make it to be. Queen of the Cocks chimes in with the Landrum football update, 28-28 with Blue Ridge at halftime last night, lost 63-28. You can stream Landrum and Blue Ridge games.
That's right. That game could be seen live.
Blue Ridge off to a pretty good start. Matt's going to the Jason Aldean concert tonight. So keeping up on the phone, not watching will be less stressful and leads to a win.
Yeah.
Jason Aldean. Man, I went to a songwriters workshop one time in Nashville, and this guy was like, you want to be Jason Aldean? Because he's a badass.
Yeah.
He's a badass. You want to be a badass like Jason Aldean? Well, there's only one Jason Aldean. It was like the most brutally honest songwriting thing I've ever. Wow.
Nice.
Queen of the Cocks is in a bad situation today, too, because his wife's a Kentucky grad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cam says too early to give up. We will never surrender.
Yeah, that's right.
Fight on the beaches. Far asked about FSU Virginia. I actually read your mind, Far. Jeff said thoughts on the crowd rushing the field. Good Lord. Well, they have a hill where they put their students.
That was the most aggressive field storming I've ever seen because they were right there at the edge.
Like, and you could tell that's what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They haven't had very much success.
No.
I mean, so now I'll tell you what, they have a habit of beating Florida State and Charlottesville. You know who else's number they have outside of Columbia, South Carolina is South Carolina.
Oh, my God. I know.
I mean, it's crazy. History repeats itself because I remember, like, 1986, Carolina was 3-6-2, but Virginia was god awful. They were 2-9. Carolina plays Vinny Testaverde in Miami in the opener. Actually, that was the first game that Tim Brando called from the sidelines, the sideline reporter for ESPN.
Oh, wow, nice.
But anyway, Carolina loses. Todd Ellis was, and then they go to Virginia and just screw around and lose 30-20. 16 years later, Carolina's coming off back-to-back Outback Bowls. Lou Holtz, Corey Jenkins, the quarterback. They go up there week 2, and Matt Schwab picks them apart, and they win 34-21. Fast forward 16 years later, they play Virginia in the dang it was the
Belk Bowl.
Belk Bowl in Charlotte. That was the best offense Will Muschamp ever had at South Carolina. Probably better than any of them had at Florida, too. That team could score. Debo does opt out. Virginia holds the ball for 43 minutes, and Carolina loses 28-0.
Nothing.
Now they come to Columbia. It's on. I mean, Carolina beats them historically, but but Florida State's gone up there several times and lost. It's weird. Matt says, yeah, it sucks to hear how good Missouri and Vandy are. I guess it makes losses not look so bad, but we still look better than them and beat ourselves both games. Okay, Carolina, I mean, the mistakes, be it the mental assignments and blocking or penalties or turnovers, what you name all the mistakes. You don't have those mistakes. Carolina's 4-0. And we're sitting here talking about playoff rankings getting released. So
right.
It's there's really no excuse for the things that are causing them to lose games. But you can't do anything about it. You just got to go fix it. So it was a basketball court storming last night. Oh, yeah. The beatdown for Vandy was awful because they called Carolina out and then won. Belk Bowl was so hot that day, it had to be in the 90s. It was a warm day. 1801 Media is wearing their stupid sunglasses in their broadcast right now. Yeah, it's going to be a play. Let's hope it doesn't backfire. The Big Spur had a mention of that. Stupid sunglasses.
Yeah, not.
Saunders says one day I'll get the time down on this show. We moved it today back 10 minutes because I had an article I had to finish up, and I didn't wake up early enough this morning.
I didn't either. That worked out well for both.
Yeah. All right. Time to get to our segments inside the Gamecocks, the Tailgate Show. We're going to kind of roll through these because we've spent 30 minutes talking. We'll know what you got to eat today. Nana Sports chat box. Let us know out there across the world. Don't forget 803-250-1297. After you've had 27 beers tonight and the Gamecocks don't play well, call us and leave us name and hometown and a all
Yeah, blow my phone up at halftime.
You could make it on the air, man. So, I'll tell you one thing. Anyway. All right, Phil, let's hit it.
What's on the menu? The game is soon. We may do a breakfast breakfast casserole if the cocks kick off at noon. If you are traveling or at the bar or at the stadium eating out your car, we'd like to know, what do you have looming? What's on the menu? What you got cooking?
What's on the menu? What are we eating today? I'm having smoked sausage with some peppers, and I'll do onions, but I don't do hold on. I do onions, but I'll saute some peppers because some people in my family like peppers, but I don't eat peppers. Not like that.
Like green pepper? Or is it green peppers? Or
I don't even buy green. I only do red and yellow. Yeah.
is it
I can't.
is it slimy or what, the texture?
No, it's I just never like that bell pepper taste. I can't get past it. Not even as an adult. Like, as my tastes have changed and refined, I still can't like it, because my eldest is one that could eat them raw. And I'm like, oh, how do you eat that green pepper raw?
Yeah, I'm a fan of. I like them raw a little more than I like them cooked. Cooked, they're just kind of for texture. Sometimes they get slimy.
Yeah, you're right
But-
there. Yeah. Mhm.
But grilled Vidalia onions with smoked sausage is good. People in Chicago don't understand the beauty of the Vidalia onions, although they do sell them here. Unlike Heinz 57 sauce and grits,
You can't get 57 up there?
you can get it, but it's in the store, and it's like you think it was like imported from the south of France or something. It's like $8 for a bottle.
Holy
Like, it's freaking. I mean, you go to Waffle. I think they still have it on the table at Waffle House.
Right.
I know they do at Lizard's Thicket.
uh,
So,
golly.
I need to get.
Yeah, I don't
order-
do steak sauce, but 57, I was like, that I kind of am all right
Well,
with
all
that,
right, so
you
I'm
know?
gonna
I'll
explain
put it
it.
on
Like,
meat, though.
the only thing on a good steak I'll do is I'll get a little creamy horseradish on a ribeye
Mm.
or a fillet and dip it a little. Like, that's all I want. I don't do A1.
Yeah.
By the way, have you ever seen the meme? It's like A1 since 1862, and it's like, yeah, the middle of the Civil War, 600,000 people, the Americans dying every day. Somebody said, you know what this country needs? A damn fine steak sauce.
Damn fine steak sauce. Yes.
Wow. But I'll put A1 on a cheap hamburger or something sometimes. Like, I get Five Guys, I'll do the A1 on that. But on a hamburger steak, now that's different. Like, my go-to at Lizard's Thicket before they took the fried squash off the menu, which tortures my soul.
Mhm.
Hamburger steak, grilled onions on the side, a little slice of American cheese on the top, Heinz 57,
Oh, yeah.
crinkle cut fries,
Mhm.
fried squash, and then turnip greens. So yeah, I mean, it just depends. So yeah, I'll use it. I mean, hamburger steak or something. Sometimes on chicken, but it's like in Nashville when they decided PBR was a domestic designer beer.
Right. Yeah. That it
One
wasn't
day-
any more than what it really is. Yeah.
One day in Nashville downtown, you started paying $6 for a can of PBR.
Ah.
It's crazy. Cam says hypothetical. If we went out, do we make the? All right. Oh, I gotta answer the what's on the menu question. Grilled wings.
Oh, grilled wings. Nice.
Another Columbia establishment. I'm going to give free advertising to. The best grilled wings to me, were at Carolina Ale House. I mean, I thought they did them right because I'm extremely picky about wings, but I love the grilled wing. I mean, when they do
Yeah,
them
they
right.
are good, though.
Well, the establishment that my wife and I go to, they started doing grilled wings, and they're delicious.
Oh,
I mean, they do them just like Carolina. So I'm like, I'm home. And so we are, I'll get to that. I'll get to why I'm eating grilled wings today with one small thing, but, and reading through there, Chris asked JC, are these AI songs or do you have people actually do them? They're great. I write the lyrics, but I can't write music. I'm not. I don't. I took piano lessons when I was a kid, and I did a little concert and stuck my tongue out at my brother, and so I quit. Got kicked out, and so I've never. I'm not. I mean, I can't pick it out on a piano. I could do a little on a guitar, like open chords only, but it's all the music and all that. You know, I kind of on those programs you set the parameters, but I write all the lyrics and I decide like what genre and stuff. So I guess it's semi-creative. I kind of feel.
Yeah.
I mean, we have people like Patrick Davis on our shows, and they're like legit songwriters. Like I kind of, but hey, it makes it entertaining, right? So that's good. Yeah, if Carolina wins out, do they make the playoffs, or those 2 losses just did? No, they'll make it.
Oh yeah,
they'll make it. I mean, they almost put Alabama in last year with a 21-point loss in November. Ole Miss had some bad, you know. So, SC Scout guys got a chicken bog fundraiser by a local church. So bought plates of that for the entire extended family. SC Scout guy's just such a good dude. Works with the Boy Scouts, buying chicken bog fundraiser plates for the whole family. Sonder El Molino Birria tacos and some chorizo queso. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Charleston area who hasn't been to El Molino is doing yourself a disservice. I'm gonna have to try that.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save that. El Molino in Charleston. All right.
Harrison says, yeah, that'd be wins on the road at LSU, Ole Miss, and A&M, and wins at home over Oklahoma, Alabama, and Clemson. Yeah.
I mean, the schedule sets up for you to recover.
Yeah,
well.
if you get on a roll. MDM CRPT says Matt Fuller has a breakout game. Good morning from Gaffney. The Indians beat Spartan High last night. A good game. Came down to the fourth quarter, 28-21. Congratulations to the Gaffney Indians. Beating my father's alma mater. He's up in heaven sad today. Roger eats Hans 57 on his hamburger steak at Wade's. But honestly, you can't mess theirs up. Yeah, that's what I had last time I was at Wade's, right before I went to see Phil when I was in town. Chris is having cold wings and hot beers. Barf. Do you want to throw? Chris is like, I woke up and chose barf today.
That's right.
Doc is actually grilling wings on the patio with lemon pepper, Carolina Reaper sauce, on a few because you just got to bring the pain sometimes. John says, John is a songwriter now. He's in the chat box. JC, just let me know when you need a new one. I'll be happy to write you something for you and the show. I will take you up on that, my friend. Right. And good to hear from you. I hope you're doing very well. I've always admired your work, dude. You do a good job. Sterling Lucas was at Greenville High watching Franklin Whitley. He's getting a lot of offers. Yeah, some of them aren't committable. Dude, I'd take him. He's 6'7", 230. If you watch him play basketball, stud.
Oh, two-sport.
Nice. Yeah, but he's, probably a raw football player. But that's it. All right, so I haven't seen anything come across, but I'm going to speculate like hell. It's time for the uniform report.
It's the highlight of our day before our cocks go out to play. What are we gonna wear? What are we gonna wear? Will it be garnet? Will it be black? Will it be both or a throwback? It doesn't matter, but they say you must look good when you go play. So what are we gonna wear today?
What are we going to wear? I have no idea, Jason. I've been all over the message boards. I've been all over the Twitters. I've been all over the Instas, and I have absolutely no clue.
Harrison says he'll be very frustrated if the rumored uniforms are what we actually wear. Tell us.
Please. Yeah, what's being rumored?
I'm guessing Spurrier era uniforms, like white, garnet white.
I was also kind of thinking that.
That's kind of, but I mean, that's basing it on some social media post. So I don't know, but anyway, that's
somebody out there threw up the script Carolina. I don't know. Was that game
helmet?
Yeah, no, just the sticker itself, which was interesting, and it looked a little different than it usually does.
Who threw that up?
Somebody, I don't know. It's one of the Twitter. Black, white with script on the helmet is the rumor. Okay, so
black, white with script on the helmet. Oh, so you're kind of combining the Muschamp and Holtz era with that.
Yeah.
Or late Holtz era. Okay.
Not white, black, garnet, or white, garnet, black. I don't know. Throw all three.
I
up.
like garnet, black, white, but I'm a Gen X from
Right.
the Joe Morrison era, you know. So
Right.
everybody thinks a uniform guy. Yeah, but sometimes the uniform folk, they're just concepts, but I don't care. Whatever they do is fine with me.
Mm.
I mean, I tell you, the sharp uniforms are those George Rogers era ones, because I don't remember seeing them in person. And back then, you look at old videos, it's blurry and pictures are kind of black and white. They're not as good, but you see those in person, I think they're really sharp, and honestly. So Justin says they can wear spandex for all I care at this point. Just play better. Yeah. The guy that sings that, the AI bot that sings that uniform song, is probably wearing spandex when he's singing and dancing.
So.
What are we gonna wear? That's intentional, folks. I said do it in the style of an American musical theater production. Wow. All right. Time for the most depressing segment of the Tailgate Show. It's the injury report.
Injury. He's got a shoulder, hip, or knee. So we will see what's up with these injuries. Will we have a healthy team? The coach played coy and it's just a dream. We'll see the field today. Who is gonna play?
All right. Injury report. We got him in here. Let's see. It's simple. I mean, you got Buddy Mack, Nolan Hay, and Carson's at Case and Henry.
Carson Henry.
Case and Henry are all out. So we'll definitely see. I would imagine we would see some Big Tree playing some tackle today, which doesn't make me upset. Nolan Hay, I was hate to see him go out last week, JC. I thought he was doing well. And Buddy Mack, now has Buddy hasn't been playing a lot on defense, but been playing
special teams.
Special teams, yeah.
Burns High School's Buddy Mack. He actually, when Maurice Brown blocked the punt against LSU last year, Buddy picked it up. Really good special teams player. Good ball player. I mean, a quality pickup. He came as a walk-on out of the portal after playing at Pitt. Kentucky's is pretty significant. I don't know that many of these guys. Elijah Brown, tight end, wide receiver Preston Bowman, wide receiver David Washington Jr., offensive lineman Nick Smith, running back Jamarian Wilcox, who is now their third back. I think he was one of their better ones last year. Defensive back DJ Waller Jr. and Zach Calzada, the backup quarterback, and offensive lineman Abba Saim are questionable. Gamecocks are looking pretty good. I'll just, repeat what I wrote on the Big Spur today. There's what I hope they do and then what I think they'll do. I'll let you go if you're a subscriber and read what I hope they do. Like, I've been calling for massive changes all week. I hate that Hayes hurt and I hate that Henry's hurt. I think both of those guys individually played pretty well, Phil.
Yeah. I mean, those losses. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what they'll do, I think they'll stick with Josiah at left tackle. I mean, I've learned not to expect too much. If the offensive line goes creative, it's something out of left field, like when Boaz started at guard last week.
Yeah.
Left guard, I think Surratt holds on to it, because has anybody heard anything about Nick Sharp lately or Marquis Anderson? No. So, and I think Surratt, he's made mistakes, but he's played well. Center, I'm going to go. I'll go with, it's going to be Newsom or Stanley. I personally would go Newsom. But talking to Strick, he kind of feels like it's going to be Boaz. We'll see. I will defer to him on that because he played the position and knows all about it. And so I'm like, okay, let's rock. But on the preview show yesterday, Phil, we kind of both said it could be either one. So we put an or on that one. Right guard, Trevon Ball's back, and right tackle will be Tree. Now, what I would hope they would do, and I'll just go ahead. Instead of making you guys read it, I'll say, is start Tree at left tackle, Surratt at left guard, Newsome at center, just because, I'm a believer now that he played well at Missouri. Right guard, that would be Trovon, and then right tackle would be Shivers. I'm sorry, I would just do it that way.
Yeah.
SC Scout said Kentucky's a mass unit, someone called Hawkeye Pierce. They typically are typically do have some injuries, but I don't know that it's anybody that Wilcox is a name. I'd have to go up back and see kind of where these guys were. Rooster's in. Good morning, fellas. Thank you. I like Justin's spandex comment. They can wear spandex for all I care.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. just come out there and block and tackle and win, and you could go out there and those ugly ass uniforms that the San Diego Padres wore last night.
Yes. So anyway, all right, we're gonna take a small break, only break of the Tailgate show, and be back to do one small thing, one big thing, and then we'll wrap, and away we go with another college football Saturday after this.
Mike here for one of the better dining options in the capital city. When I first moved there, I asked people around the radio station, where are the best wings? Well, the consensus was D's Wings. That was then. Today, they still have the best wings, but it's so much more now in their new location at 415 Meeting Street in West Columbia. Yeah, they get voted the best wings on a routine basis. Yes, they get voted the best sports bar on a routine basis, but they're not just about wings, and really, they're not just a sports bar. It is a family-run local restaurant and bar with 20 TVs and 25 beers on tap. And how about these daily specials? Every Monday night at D's, you've got 75-cent wings from 4 until closing. Tacos on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, 18 wings and a pitcher of beer for $29. You've also got ribs and oyster bucket specials on Thursday. And no matter how big the party is, 20 or more, no problem. Just call ahead of time and they'll take terrific care of you. They'll do takeout as well. And guess what? A human will answer the phone and take the order. Billy and his staff do an outstanding job. Check out D's 415 Meeting Street in West Columbia.
Morning, Carl. Usual?
Yeah.
Your oldest was in here the other day. Said the two of you took a trip down to my neck of the woods. How'd that go?
You might as well give me one of those Carolina cars while you're at it.
I knew I liked that one.
Yeah.
There you go, my friend.
Thanks.
Hey, Carl. Congratulations.
See you tomorrow, ready?
You bet.
I hope our jerseys aren't too loose and cocky turns to the east from the cockaboose. Hope the mini mart has that lucky German beer, and on TV they show 2001 and our elite pregame atmosphere. These things really might seem sort of petty. Damn it, they're the things that get me ready. One small thing helps me feel good about the game. One small thing, not the game plan, heat or rain. Go and wash my lucky socks before I can feel good about the Cocks. One small thing helps me feel good about the game. One small thing, not the game plan, heat or rain.
All right, inside the Gamecocks, the Tailgate show, our one small thing. Let's get petty. What are we doing today? Today, I've decided, and I kind of hinted at it with the what's on the menu, and that I'm not indulging in anything that I've had for the previous 4 games, and I went dry last weekend for whatever reason, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have a few drinks this evening, not too many, but a few. I'm not going anywhere, so if I did decide to really just get if things turn on us,
Things turn for the
JC,
worse.
that's right. We might all be on the phone later.
Hey!
Quoting Ron White, but we've got
Quoting Ron White, baby.
yeah, but that's it. We're doing everything completely different around here. We're not having chicken today, which we don't always have chicken wings, but it's kind of my go-to on game days. And I don't know. I might even switch it up. Maybe I'll go buy a bottle of bourbon or something, because I've been drinking beer. Maybe that's the key. That's it. I've solved it. There we are. Don't worry, folks. We're going to win. I'll run to the liquor store as soon as we get off the phone.
All right. So the Gamecocks. All right. So when I watch games, I totaled up. When I watch games at Tavern in the Glen, my local watering hole, the Gamecocks have something like a 13-5 record. And 3 of those losses were the Illinois Bowl fiasco, the Notre Dame Bowl game, both close, the Alabama game last year, and the LSU. I think the one butt whipping they took where I was there was Texas A&M in 2021. In 2021, I was kind of in the habit of watching games here, and then at the house, and then for some reason for the Florida game, we went up to Tavern, and guess what happened? I have not been to Tavern to watch the Gamecocks once this season. Namely, because we've had a lot of night games, and if I go up there, I like to go up there like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, catch the early games. They got really good breakfast, so the wife gets they have corned beef hash and eggs, right?
Oh, nice.
But it's like the corned beef. If you make corned beef and cabbage in the crock pot, it's like that kind of corned beef, but a hash.
Oh,
it's
nice.
delicious.
Big
Yeah,
chunks.
she loves that, man. And I'll have some steak and eggs and stuff. And in the Midwest, that's college football. That's why I don't care how much Ohio State bitches, because they want to be in the SEC. And so they love night games. But most, Wisconsin, places like that, man, kegs and eggs. They're used to these 11 a.m. kickoffs.
11 a.m. Right, yeah.
So people are there fired up about it. And I like going then because it gets to be a long day if we go to the Tavern at 11. And the Gamecocks don't play till 6:45 my time.
That's right.
That sometimes gets into me having to rewatch the game the next day. But so we're going back to Tavern today, folks. We're going back to Tavern. Okay, we're getting this right. I've been I should not have changed. I should not have diverted.
I should not.
I didn't look up the record before. And the losses are crazy, because the losses are like 4 really classic games that went right, or close games that went right on the wire.
Right.
2 of them are against the whole bar. Most of the bar was against me, all the Notre Dame and Illinois fans. But there have been some great moments living here at the Tavern, more great than bad. I'm taking my happy ass up there today with the wife, eating the grilled wings and watching the Gamecocks. That is my one small thing, but it feels heavy, and it feels like a step in the right direction.
I like it.
So there's that. So I am going to Tavern.
None of my good luck shirts are a little cynical here. None of my good luck shirts are working, Hill. I think
it's twice per
quarter. Shirtless cynical. That's what we need. Shirtless in our living rooms. That's how we need to go about this.
Meso Johns agrees with me on Stewart. Move him around. He's a game wrecker. Having him play the same left defensive end spot, the quarterback could see him better and move away. If he was on the right side, he'd probably have more sacks. I don't know why. They talked about doing it. I mean, I think that's absolutely the best thing, because all right. So there's 2 theories, and I agree with you, Meso Jones. You're absolutely correct. in this, right? As I feel like I am. But I think the other side of that would be, well, you know, he gets all this attention on one side, then other people can make plays. Here's the problem with that. Other people aren't making plays. And there's not a lot of people that make plays like Dylan Stewart. I mean, Queen of the Cox was at the Missouri game last week and said Brian Thomas Jr. was consistently getting pressure. Well, if that's Dylan Stewart matched up against that backup left tackle, you know, there's all kinds of things that can happen there. You know, okay, so Thomas Jr. is pushing the pocket. Great, whoopee-doo. Dylan Stewart's pushing the pocket. Something bad's going to happen.
Right.
So I agree with that. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of like standing up defensive ends that are great pass rushers through the years because, you know, like with Clowney, what the Texans tried to do with him and what Deke Adams tried to do with him the one year he coached him. But Clowney's built different than Dylan. Dylan, I mean, the height and weight are the same, but Dylan's got this kind of like a Lawrence Taylor linebacker kind of build.
Mm-hmm.
And in high school, Dylan could do all that. That's why Georgia and Alabama wanted him so bad because he fits that jack linebacker position that they use. So I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the one bad thing would be is if they decided to go to the 3-down alignment and they end up putting him on the inside. No.
Yeah, I mean, who do you put outside of that, right? Like Sean Murphy or
I'm going with 3 defense seats, 3-3-5 in that scenario, Phil. It would be Barrett, you know, Nick Barrett, and then Goodwine, or Nick Barrett, Gabe Brownlow Dindy at the 0.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is my opinion. Goodwine at one of the quote unquote ends. Devontae Miles.
Now, okay,
the other end, and then your linebackers would be. There's no Jerron Willis in this situation. Your linebackers would be Okoronkwo, you know, Fred, and Dylan Stewart.
Yeah,
and so that's that. If they go 3-man front, that's definitely what I would do.
Yeah, I like Miles in that. Like I've from what I've seen, I'd like to see him get some more snaps. Which I mean, he probably will because who knows how.
He's like Tonka Hemingway. Tonka Hemingway until his senior year was you know, you notice when they went to the 3-man front in 2023, he started blossoming again.
Yeah,
that's his game. I think that's what he's doing with the Raiders, a 3-4 end type guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, will they do that? I don't know. Yeah, Mesa John says agreed with JC this week. If they're loading the box, quit trying to run it. Let Sellers rip it. We got the athletes. Cynical says his find a damn way shirt pulls us through. So
that's all right.
Saunders says Brownlow Denny's the best guy we have inside. I think it's between he and Nick Barrett, but he's playing. Brownlow Denny's playing well. And here's the thing that's important. He's gonna get better. He hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can be. So I'm fired up about that.
Yeah, I hated seeing him go down last week because you could tell it was clicking for him. You know, he was hitting it. It was good.
Yeah, that's good. That's been the whole challenge with him. So hats off to those guys. All right, let's hit the one big thing and get on out of here. Doc, by the way, before we do that, Doc has his 80s vintage all white with garnet script Cox hat. Keep it in a break in case of emergency.
Fire that bad boy up, Doc. We need some help. We got to come out and win this one today.
So, Mesa John said, will JR show up today? Outside of Virginia Tech, he's made no impact. I thought, I thought Vandy was his worst game. He was just kind of quiet against SC State. Virginia Tech obviously was great. I thought he took a step back in the right direction against Missouri.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was good to the corner stuff. And look, he and Justin are going to make mistakes. But those two are just going to get better and better. Now, I absolutely believe those two are your 2 starting linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
And the depth chart says that they're at the same position, but last week they were on the field together a lot.
Yeah.
I think by the end of the year, they'll have something cooking there big time.
Yeah.
But, and you know, with Fred, he's just young. I'm not going to call him JR because I don't know him personally, but the expectation is he builds on Missouri and keeps on going. Because I mean, against a team like Kentucky, your linebackers have to make tackles. I mean, it's ridiculous otherwise. Okay, let's roll the final one big thing, Phil.
It's time to get real. JC and Phil. One big thing about today's Carolina game. One big thing, some of them are all the same. Tackle, catch, and run.
Oh, one big thing. Hold on. Music's supposed to be playing right now. There it goes. Here we are. All right. My one big thing, JC, we've been harping on it all week. It essentially, for me, you can't look beyond it until you fix it, which is fundamentals and discipline. You have to eliminate the penalties. You have to block. You have to tackle. If you can't do those things, you're going to continue to go nowhere and spin your wheels. So that's my big thing today is fix those tiny little things that you can, that they supposedly have been working on all week long, and you'll find some success because you've been standing in your own way. There's no reason why you couldn't have won the 2 games that you lost, and that makes it even more frustrating.
Odds are something simple.
Right. Odds are it's something simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna concur with that. Master the simple stuff, and the rest will come. But I don't know. This team got out over ahead of its skis, or the coaches. I don't know what's going on. But after what happened to the basketball, baseball teams last year, Gamecock Nation, similar feeling right now,
right?
Because the baseball team wasn't picked that high, right? But basketball is expected to be around Columbus, expected to be good. Then football is through the roof, off-season expectation wise. Can't do anything about that now, but what you can do is start to build back towards being the team that you can be.
Yep,
and that starts with the foundation of not making mistakes, man. And all the play calling and defense and scheme and personnel use and all that. If you don't block and tackle and you play sloppy football and commit penalties, you're going to get beat. Yep. It doesn't matter what the coaches do, but I'm not, that's coaching. You have to get your teams to do that. So that's coaching as well. So SC Scout guy, the Gamecocks baseball team has a really good transfer portal class. We'll see how it comes together. If the roster was the big issue last year, it's not going to. I mean, it's a big change, So it's pretty good.
A lot of new faces. Yeah.
Yeah. No more O linemen looking like they're playing electric football. That makes me want to vomit because I don't even see it that often at other schools. I mean, it just seems like the Gamecocks where the guys are all turned around and stuff. So it's kind of crazy. By the way, Tri-State, condolences to you for the loss of your father. I did not get a chance to get to that yesterday in the chat box.
For sure.
I just kind of let those guys talk, because we only have them on once a week. It's always a great conversation. But I am so sorry that happened. I lost my dad in 1995. My mom always says you only get one. And miss him every day. And my stepkids lost their father, about a year and a half ago. And, they're handling it well, but it's never easy. And thoughts and prayers to you, my friend. And appreciate all of your chat boxing that you do. And, just God bless you, man. And hopefully the Gamecocks get you a nice win today.
That's right. That's right. Pull them through. Yeah, that's random. Yeah, no worries, man. It's just I know our hearts go out to you.
I try to always remember things like that, and I'm glad I remembered it when I saw you pop up there. So that's it's very hard, but enjoy the games today, folks. It's a great day of college football. Don't forget tomorrow, Rooster Rant with the late night Gamecock Matt Anderson and Alex Jones, who needs to. I'm going to make him write a report on VHS dates, like a evaluation. Trying to teach him, trying to teach you to evaluate football. I'm going to teach you to evaluate football talent, but I also need to I think that's a good practice. All right, evaluate this VHS date.
That's right.
Constant evaluation, but they'll be by. And then of course Rob Williams and Craig McMichael with SEC Sunday night to wrap up the week and look forward to the week in the Southeastern Conference. This week with Carolina off, I don't think we're going to have a Friday show, Phil, and I don't think there's going to be a coffee on Friday either. So just to let you know,
All right.
we're probably going to get take a little time off because it's just what are we going to talk about? LSU game,
I kind of like that. I'd rather,
take
I'd rather have a Friday. I could use a Friday off, JC.
Yeah, me too. I need to go
could
get
use
my brakes fixed and some stuff. So anyway, Ken's pulling for the Hawks to upset the Irish. Don't forget with that game, you can check it on Elite Media Network with Mike Morgan on iHeart or Tune In. For the Mad Dog, Phil Mullinax, this is JC Sherbert. Thanks for listening to the Tailgate Show. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, and hopefully we're in a little bit better spirits next week. Talk to you soon, folks. We're out.